Okay, so we discussed with Wamin. So Wamin planned to have a grid scheduler and grid dashboard demo probably in February. And
thank you, William. So either the late January or early this February, we'll work out for the team to get a demo. Thank you.
Yeah. Hello, Vuk. Hello, Julie. So we have almost the quorum. Vuk is joining us. Thanks, Wamin, for this precision. And of course, if you are ready for the 15th of January, please ping me or Carlo if you you can use the following scheduled meeting in January. For today, I can introduce a topic. There was some Plugfest test with Sylva and the network function open-air interface, the CUDU. So I will share the results at the end of this meeting. And Samuel, you can give a word also, or I don't remember if Matthew, you were here also, about the webinar that was last week.
Yeah, we presented
on Friday, last Friday, we presented what Sylva is about, technically speaking. We have a lot of discussions that have been handled by Lucian because it was related to ORAN specifications and the compliance of what we are doing with what is specified on their side. I don't remember if we did have a follow-up action.
Not I remember, no.
Okay, thanks for this update. And at the end of this call, I will present some slides about the feedback on the Plugfest that happened in October, November. So which we continue with OAI. And okay, we have no information to share about direct fund and governing board because the next occurrence will be at the beginning of January. If someone has governance topics, please raise your hands. If not, we are going to switch directly to the work group 1 with Matthew.
Okay, it will be pretty quick. So we keep working on V1.3. We had some issues with Longhorn during the upgrade pass. We didn't have the possibility to upgrade to the version we want to rely on. So Longhorn would be 1.7. Anyway, we had a lot of interactions with the Longhorn communities and managed to provide some workarounds. And we merged Longhorn 1.7.2 with the workaround proposed by the Longhorn community. That's been merged yesterday, I think. So tagging V1.3 is a matter of hours or days. It will be done before end of the week for sure, as a Christmas gift. So that's all for me.
Okay, thank you, Santa Claus. And we follow with Work Group 2 Validation Center. And Samuel today will present this topic.
Yeah, on behalf of Luis. So few news about the validation center stream. So we have one new CNF validated to finish the year. It's a 5GC solution from Obvious DOM solution. So it gives the total validated CNF to 14, out of which 11 were for this year. So it's a very good progress compared to last year. And we continue with this trend as we have 4 new workloads in the backlog. 2 might be approved on next validation center stream in January, and the two others are already validated to be in the backlog. So we have to test them in January, and on two other important topic, we are progressing for the multiple Kubernetes version, as well as the artifact for the open containers. So next to be done, so we will pursue the different validation, as I mentioned, with the 4 that are ongoing, and we will continue as well to progress on adding more testing for the CNF. And that's pretty much it for me for today.
Yeah, any additional comment on this work group or questions? No? Okay, so let's jump to our security requirements working group with Mihai.
Hello, everybody. First of all, I would like to apologize for not filling in the wiki. I have some problems logging into GitLab at the moment, so this is why I was not able to.
Okay. Just send me by chat. I will integrate it in the minutes.
Okay. I'll do it afterwards if it's okay to speak now.
Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, as you know, last time you have voted on the final version of the CNF guidelines. Today, they are also available on the GitLab pages. I will provide the link for everybody to have it. So basically, all of which we discussed in the last TSC and the amendments included are now available in our pages. So that's good. What have we been doing in the last meeting is that we had a small retrospection of the activity of the security working group since it's the last meeting of the year. We've went over some achievements. The biggest achievement for me is the fact that we have managed to grow the community and not just have people from Orange, but now we have people from Red Hat, we have people from Thales, we had people from Ubicube joining. Deutsche Telekom has also joined in a couple of our meetings. So the community since the beginning of the year had grown quite a lot, which we are very glad about this. Another good thing is that we have managed this year to have more than 6 meetings with different companies regarding potential collaborations on different security topics. Even though not all of them resulted in having something concrete to collaborate, we have seen this year that there was a lot of interest in the security working group, and this is something which we are very proud of. Another big achievement is that the UCS analysis, it's at least the requirement part is finally done, and we are in the second phase of it, of having the requirements being created. We also have a plan for this because one of the biggest lessons which we have learned during this year is that for UCS, it's simply not feasible to do it only 1 hour a week, and it's very hard for people to participate to this meeting all the time and get real progress done. So what we want to do for the next year is that we want to organize a mini security workshop ideally at the beginning of February, somewhere located more geographically in Rennes, because we have people from Belgium, we have people from Lannion, we have people from Rennes working there, and we have also the support from François Zamora from Orange to host this workshop. So the idea is that I will discuss this internally, especially with you, Guillaume, to see how can we set this up and have it done. Because our plan is that if we manage to organize a 1 day, 1.5 day workshop, we would be able to finalize the requirements and we would be able to achieve the first mission of the working group. So that would be the next plan in our case. And as the last words from my side, since it's been a year since I've been part of this TSC, and I took over from Theophile, the working group. I just want to say a big thank you to all of you, first of all, for giving your trust to me to lead the security working group. Thank you for all of the support you have given me with the feedbacks, with the contacts which you have provided, because at the end of the day, the majority of the work which we have done would not be possible without you guys. So thank you very much for all of your support and for helping us achieve our goals in the security working group.
Thanks, Mihai. So this working group is increasing. So now you need to have dedicated Sylva Dev Day for your working group. So
that's a dream.
Okay.
Yeah, that's one of the dreams.
Okay, concerning sustainability, Wamin?
Yeah, thank you. So we had a internal demo of the Orange team's green dashboard projects progress, and we are waiting. We're actually getting more. We're going to get more progress on these demos. So we are planning for a TSC level demo for the green dashboard as well as the green scheduler. Hopefully in a month or so. We will show what we have done in these two projects, and hopefully we can get more contributions from this demo. Thank you.
Thanks, Ramin. Concerning communication and adoption, I think André is not here, but Julie and Naomi.
I can do it with Naomi if you want.
You're welcome.
Yeah, okay. Let's go. So the first thing first, as you already saw, I guess, we released a press release, which is about Sylva project giving its long-term vision for scalable cloud-native telco infrastructure. So please give it visibility on your social media everywhere. It's really important for us. And thank you for everyone who contributed to the press release. Yes, thank you, Naomi, for the link. Of course, we have several events coming up. The first one is a Sylva Dev Day at London. It will happen at the same time as, or just before the KubeCon, if I'm not mistaken. So the day before. So it will be on Monday. And for the venue, we are still thinking about it. I don't remember the decision about it. For the quick event overview, we will have 50 persons there. Depending on the location, we may be able to increase the number, but 50 will be the baseline. So if you want to come, you will have to take your place very quickly. The next event is, of course, the Sylva Mini Summit in North America. Yes, sorry. So this event will happen in March. The second event I was talking about is the Sylva Mini Summit North America, which will happen in Denver, USA, in June 2025. So you can see we are really planning the future. And yeah, so for this event, it will not be free. There will be a registration cost about $10, which is not a lot. And then we are also planning another event, the Sylva Mini Summit Europe, this time in Amsterdam, which will occur in October 2025. And here we will have, again, a registration fee, but this is still under development. So I guess you will receive soon a lot of links to register to these events or to give it visibility. So please, when you see Sylva posts on LinkedIn or wherever, share it with the maximum of person. It really helps the community and it gives us visibility. And I want to add an interesting feedback that I had from Deutsche Telekom, who said that Sylva visibility is really increasing inside DT thanks to this event. So and this is a publication we do on the event. So what we are doing, guys, really matter. So I'm counting on you. Thank you. That's all for me, except if Naomi has something she wants to add.
Yeah, I do. Thank you, Julie. That was a great wrap up. The other thing that we did publish this Monday, unfortunately, the press release only kind of focused on the white paper and had a brief mention of the new release. So I took something created by Guillaume and Mathieu, and we turned it into a blog. And I do believe that we did promote that on our socials as well. So be sure to check that out. It basically just goes into the recent release. So just wanted to flag that one as well. But other than that, we're really looking forward to 2025. As Julie mentioned, we have 3 events that we're really excited for. And I know that, you know, we have a lot of sponsorships and everything that we usually, or other industry events that we tend to take place at. And then also Federica, who is the our PR person for LF Europe, is going to be at FOSDEM, and she's also going to be representing Sylva there. And she just asked me to send some stickers and everything. So we're excited to keep our presence visible for events in 2025. So.
Okay, so even Sylva stickers at FOSDEM. Great.
Yep.
Thank you. And I'm sharing the last press release concerning the Sylva V1.2. Okay, thanks. Any questions to this very dynamic working group? No?
Okay, I'm not sure to get what is going to happen at FOSDEM.
It's just stickers.
Yeah, I could actually speak more to that. LF Europe actually has a presence there, and normally they're the ones that kind of really push the Sylva message. So LF Europe will be there. They will be talking about Sylva, just like, you know, to people who come up to the table. But we always like to have some kind of something on the table. So I'll be sending stickers. And then I know that for when we had a booth at when we had a booth at Open Source Summit Europe, we also had like a little QR code that people could scan to go to one of our web pages to learn more about Sylva, and I'll likely be having that there as well. So small presence, but nonetheless, LF Europe is there representing us too.
Okay,
Is
Matthew?
anyone on this call going to FOSDEM?
Yeah, indeed, that was my second question. I know that at DT you used to attend the FOSDEM.
Yes, actually, some of the guys from my team go there because they value the conference and the amount of exchanges and interactions they can achieve there. But it's not like a regular attendance.
Okay. So what I'll do then is I've just asked Federica if there's a link on LF Europe or anything like that that kind of talks about their FOSDEM presence. And once I get that, I'll be sure to let everyone know, like in our Slack and everything. So if anyone from Sylva is attending and wants to kind of pop by the booth or do anything, they can be aware that we have that presence. So I will definitely do that.
Thank you, Naomi. Good idea. Any other additional comments on this adoption working group or questions to our different leaders here? No? Okay. So concerning workgroup 6, don't know if Morgan is with us.
I'm here.
Okay, great.
No, just to summarize that the second monthly meeting took place beginning of December. We got two very interesting demos. One about a D2 configurator, open source component called sdc.io that has been demonstrated by Swisscom, and there are lots of interesting questions. And the second demo was a GitHub, so Flux operator that is developed by control plane.io, and that was presented by Stefan Prodan. So it's also interesting regarding the lifecycle management of our cluster on our GitHub workloads. So we got good feedback. We also on the Slack a discussion about the creation of some guidelines. So based on the different meeting we have, we believe that it would make sense to create some very basic guidelines to share with other telcos or other vendors on basic things regarding the lifecycle management of GitOps workloads again, but artifact management or the configuration or different things. So for that, we just contribute and create a new web page where, yeah, thank you to share. So we have the minutes with the Zoom link of all the different previous meetings, but also we plan to have a guideline section. The rules, so they are still to be defined. We're discussing that with Joshua from Swisscom. We need to have a kind of agreement for at least 4 telcos before we can publish it. So we have to decide on vote what kind of rule we want to apply. And then we'll put the guideline there. For the reference implementation, it's more the reference the different solutions that has been shared during the demo. So Netbox operator was the feedback was given in the previous meeting. The schema-driven configuration this time. So the idea is to complete that and to maintain that and to share the feedback for any telco that would like to get some information on these toolings. And for the guideline, we will probably start beginning of January. The agenda for the next meeting, mid-January, is still open. We have lots of issues, so lots of possible topics, just to figure out which one we will select. But probably we will do something around the criteria for CNF in GitOps regarding the infrastructure, so in line with the working group 1, to see if we can find a way or procedure or whatever to help people who want to set up a GitOps workload on an OTC to provide the right information to OTC. The experience shared by the other telco in the different labs show that there are lots of discussions back and forth between the infrastructure team and the CNF team to clearly understand what needs to be defined, and we would like to discuss if there is not a way to improve that in order to smooth the integration of such workloads on OTC workload clusters. So it's
Just
an idea, but
precise,
it's not
yes, Morgan, just to precise that OTC is our Orange implementation of Sylva. So when
yes,
Morgan
Sylva.
OTC is
Yes, sorry.
Sylva Kubernetes.
Yeah. So on top of Sylva, sorry.
Yeah.
And that's it for the working group 6.
Any questions to, Andrew?
Yeah, just based on the OAI call as well. So how do we see Nefio playing into working group 6 at this point? Is there any forward motion on that yet?
Yes, there was some discussion when we introduced the working group and how it was positioned regarding Nefio activities. So far, the different telcos that are attending this working group are telcos that are already putting GitOps in production. So today, without Nefio, we have all resources in Nefio just to observe what is it and how it's evolving. But I would say it's more experimental. Today, the GitOps implementation is more based on more basic things, so with less orchestration and with less telco-specific stuff. So it's more really IT. But of course, it's an interesting topic. It's part of the issue to discuss if we could have a better synergy, if it's really overlapping or not. For the moment, the telco we are dealing with are really having almost the same philosophy, trying to be as close as possible from Kubernetes philosophy. So using really GitOps CRDs that are real CRDs and not just pipelining. So it's really more at the automation level. And Nefio is more seen as an evolution. We are still not clear on the adoptions on what we can get. It may look as something relatively specific to telco today, but it's interesting. The Porsche descriptor and all these things to have the abstraction at a higher level could be interesting. But for the moment, our discussion are more basics, as you can see, netbox operator or schema-driven configuration. It's really to manage the CNF of, I would say, at the GitOps level and at the Kubernetes level. So we don't speak a lot of orchestration on more complete abstraction layers, because we believe that we have still lots to do at automation level, but it's part of, it could be part of the topic we could address in one of the meetings for sure.
All right, thanks.
Hey, Morgan.
Thank
This
you,
is
Morgan.
Francesco. Hey, sorry, just one quick point I want to raise. Excuse me. At Control Plane, we put together some reference architectures for secure and optimize Flux deployments. And I will be able to share with you and see if we can reuse any of that content. They are not telco specific. It's just about how to properly and securely deploy Flux at scale. So I'll share those with you within WG06.
Okay.
Thank you, Francesco. Any other questions or additional proposal to work group 6? No? Okay. So before closing this meeting, I just want to give a quick feedback on the last Plugfest that occurred this year. So it's coming from a presentation from Guillaume Grau of Orange. And I will just highlight 2 or 3 slides in his presentation. So it occurred in October, November, organized by the Open RAN Alliance with Sylva and OpenAI Interface as contributor. So behind OpenAI Interface, it's Eurecom, a research entity. And so the objective is to deploy an OAI 5G SA network, but including the Open RAN part and the core part, with a CAS layer, of course, with Sylva. You've got here the configuration with the CU, with the DU, and the different hardware we have used for this. You've got also the type of radio we have used. And so Orange was deploying the Sylva stack, and Eurecom was deploying the CNF part. And we have made some end-to-end tests, and we have the results at the end of this presentation. So here it's just the hardware configuration and the different connections between the CU, DU, the Sylva management cluster. We used the switch to manage the PTP synchronization, and that's it globally for the hardware deployment. You have here the configuration that has been planned, that has been used about the radio unit, the Sylva management cluster, and also the software part. I mentioned the core and the RAN based on OpenAI interface solutions. If you do not know OpenAI, I engage you to have a quick look. Part of OpenAI is under open source license, not all components. This is the main important slide for us. They have used the quite early release of Sylva on the RAN features, and you know that we will integrate RAN features in the beginning of next year in Q1 in Sylva. It was not blocking for this integration. So what has been done, they installed, of course, the management cluster and deploying workload cluster to manage the 5G core and the RAN part. They also introduced the SRIOV operators on the RAN clusters. And Sylva was optimized. So it's a point of view of Guillaume, who is from the RAN team. So it's interesting also to have a point of view of a non-developer of Orange. So he sees the beneficial aspect of having declarative mode and also the automatic infrastructure inspection, the fact that we can centralize management to provision multiple workload cluster. And also the fact that we can have post-conf, post-deployment configuration, for example, for SRIOV. We had some manual operation, real-time kernel installation, grab command, and in fact, it's not. We are aware about this because real-time operating system or BTP are features that we are targeting in the beginning of next year. So here it's just a view of that the result was okay, and I'm just sharing that we have some limitation on this test because it was very limited in times. So we need to manage some advanced tests to get the targeted throughput, and we will manage this in the coming spring Blockfest next year. So that's it. I don't know if you have some question. I hope this feedback also interested you. Any question? I was quite quick, but I will give you this slide. I will integrate this slide in the minutes, and if you want more, we can organize a discussion with our RAN team who manage this test. And we have some ideas, other kind of ideas for the next RAN Blockfest with Sylva, with other vendors. So I will keep you in touch with such initiatives. If it's okay for all, so I will push to close this meeting. Just you will have in the minutes, of course, you'll find this YouTube link. And so I need to find again this YouTube links. It's a song about Sylva tree for Christmas. So I don't know why it's not working. We'll find it. Okay, so thanks all, and have a nice Christmas period fall.
Thanks all.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Happy holidays to everybody.
Happy
Have a
holidays.
good time and see you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
You too.
Right.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.